Hey guys, to commemorate us getting through all of our hot school candidates, we're going to be giving away a $20 Blizzard gift card. In the event that you want to try to win this, go ahead and follow the link in the description below, and good luck. And we'll see you guys all. Good morning, class, and welcome back to Hot School. Hope you had yourselves a great recess. In today's lesson, we will be covering Tychus. Tychus is an interesting character. One of his main things that people typically look at him to do is be kind of like the anti-tank character, because he can do percentage-based damage. But he also can just come out of nowhere and just do ridiculous damage to everybody. Has a little bit of mobility, and one of probably the toughest ultimates to time the proper use of in the game, in my opinion. But with all of that being said, let's see what we can do with Tychus here today.
It's about damn time.
Man, I'm trying. We're trying to get through these things. Alrighty, so we find ourselves in the Towers of Doom. On the friendly team, we've got Tychus, Kael'thas, Nova, Asmodan, and Illidan. On the enemy team, we've got Valeera, Orphea, Li Ming, Sylvanas, Greymane. Well, that whole doing tank damage isn't really going to be a thing in this match, so we're going to find out how well we can play him against things that aren't tanks. Possibly we can do a lot of damage. We just have to watch our engages and stuff, because they've got a crazy amount of boom between all those characters there. So, and with the potential resets on both Li Ming and Greymane, a solid jump from Valeera roaming and an Orphea chomp, and we're pretty much toast. So it'll be interesting to see what we can kind of get going here. Alrighty.
Get ready for combat.
So at level 1, we are going to take Dash. What this does is, so Run and Gun increases Tychus's movement speed by 1% for each regeneration globe gathered up to 25%. Last 2 seconds. Actually, you know what? Never mind. We're gonna take press advantage. Run and Gun increases Tychus's base against his attack range by 1.543 seconds. So Run and Gun is our E ability. So this actually dashes us in a short direction. So you can see here, and we kind of shimmy on over there. I think it's the same distance as or just about the same distance as a Cho'Gall shove. So moving around like that. Our W is called Frag Grenade, and it throws a grenade out into this little area, dealing some damage, kind of like that. And then our Q ability is Overkill, and what that does is it deals damage to the target and to nearby targets for a certain amount of time. Sorry, I'm trying to see where we can get going here. I saw Valeera, so we're gonna ping that for the team. Our trait is called Minigun, so we activate it to have our basic attacks against heroes deal damage to their maximum health. Oh, we got Valeera. Oh man, I'm gonna do some damage to her. Tychus wants, or if Greymane wants to come at us, he can. We got to be really careful, because we do not have that much health. And they are going to work on blowing us up pretty quick. So the thing with Tychus that you want to do is you want to be focusing on your wave clear, utilizing your overkill ability, which is this right here. Oh, Nova, please. Whew.
I do love my job.
Let's go ahead and poke that Orphea there. We evaded death and hurt her, so that's a thing. Man, that was close. That was a little scary. But we'll come back into here. Our overkill is basically what allows Tychus to kind of do a ton of damage while moving, and can use other abilities while channeling that. So he's sitting here just blasting away at something as such, and you can kind of move around. You can throw a grenade if need be, and this is what makes Tychus pretty good at wave clear and stuff as well. Aha, I tried to go ahead and pop both of them off of us. Well, we're gonna go ahead and hearth again. We live in the hearth zone. We're gonna hearth right here so we can get this XP with these as we are getting ready to leave. And Kael'thas is there now, so we'll get that other XP. Sweet. All right, now we'll come back. Okay, so at level 5, we are going to take the bigger they are. Lowers the cooldown of minigun by 2 seconds. Increase the damage bonus to 4% while enemy heroes are above 35% health.
Now you shall fall.
It's technically something you want to use mostly on a tank, but we're gonna go ahead and pop her and stay with her. Go ahead and finish her. Ah, man. Well, we killed Sylv, but their team kind of came up onto us. So, I mean, that's honestly I'm okay with that trade because Sylv is more effective at like eliminating towers and stuff than I right now. Now we could have taken either in the rhythm or Master Assassin. We'll kind of talk about that. I thought about Master Assassin. It's based off of the takedowns that we get. So that wouldn't have been too bad of an option. It may have been the better one as it would have increased our attack speed. But right now we're gonna come down here. Illidan's grabbing this camp, which is solid. So we're gonna come down here and get this XP that he's pretty much missing out on. And we're gonna go ahead and just do a little bit of damage to this whole wave. Throw down a grenade and finish the wave off. At level 7, you know what? I'm gonna take stuns and roots grant armor because of this Valera. Well, that's okay. So now we'll just go ahead and take out this wave again, so we can get these minions doing their job, and do a little bit of damage here.
I didn't hear no magic word.
I can't really. I can only run so fast, mind you. Uh-oh. Go ahead and pop that gray main as I could. Nova sacrificed herself kind of for us in that situation. There really wasn't much else that I could have done, as I can't really do much against Valera. That's gonna stun us like that. Finish off that deal there. And we'll kind of come up here. We're gonna move with Illidan. I want to get XP in that bot lane, but we gotta press up real far for that. Huh. I didn't get to retreat back far enough, but it ended up being okay. Let's see if we can come in here. Let's pop her. A little bit of damage there. Okay. You know what? We need to work on getting XP. I'm gonna go bot lane. That's a lot of XP there. We should be able to soak up. So we're gonna come down here and do that, as we can't really do too much at this moment in time. Versus this comp though, they got a much stronger early game comp because we just don't have the the staying power with that much damage. So we should be playing a lot safer and push for not the long game, but really try to work the map. We've got Asmo, and our Asmo, if played correctly, he can do a really good job of keeping us ahead on XP. But because we're down so much already, we are not focusing on they're focusing on trying to get kills when you're down, and that's just it doesn't really work out too well. Let's go ahead and take out most of this wave if we can here.
The altars stand ready.
And we're gonna go ahead and grab that regen globe and get out of here. We're gonna take Draken Laser Drill. And what this is gonna do is it slaps down a drill that we can kind of place down somewhere, and it's going to attack something that's nearby it. So if we have a fight that's kind of lasting for a little while and they're staying in that area, we can do a lot of damage with this thing. Now Odin is a super solid talent as well. The problem is you have to Odin requires proper timing to use, and if you don't have that timing, it can get you in a lot more trouble than anything. I'm gonna go ahead and pop down our laser here. It's doing God's work against Sylv. We're gonna go ahead and do this here. Throw that out. Oh, come on. That Ming. Okay, sweet. That's gonna be dead heroes. Did a thing. Let's just go ahead and do this here. Go ahead and take that out. So see, this is the kind of game we gotta play with this matchup, because we don't have that boom that they have. But what we do have is we have the pushing power, and so we gotta focus on utilizing the. You gotta focus in quick match specifically. You gotta focus on utilizing the strengths of your team. Well, we did a lot of damage there. You know what? We're gonna take Neo Steel Coating, and what this is gonna do is this is gonna give us 75 spell armor for 3 seconds. This is really gonna be. I'd love to take some other stuff, but really we just need whatever we can to mitigate the deaths, especially versus this Li Ming, who's going to get resets against us if we don't. So if we can mitigate the damage that she does by 75%, that's a pretty solid mitigation. All right, let's see here.
About damn time.
I'd love to go top, take this camp, and really just kind of shove top while they try to fix their bot situation.
Yeah, I hear you.
See if we can make that thing a thing with Illidan. I'm gonna come up here with Illidan. Ooh, wait. We might be able to get that Sylvanas. Ooh, we can definitely get that Sylvanas. And that's why you watch the mini-map, folks.
Sure thing.
Are not entirely worthless.
Alright, let's come up here and...
Oh, daddy like.
Oh, Tychus. Alright, we got that tower. We can go ahead and throw this down. And that's going to do damage to the tower too. It's also going to do damage to that Valera. Oh no, they're coming. Our drill has a ton of health. What is the health on that drill? All I know is it's a crap ton.
The altars are rising from the mists.
All right, so we can do some solid work here. We got 2 pushing for us. Asmo's pushing bot. We're doing real good.
Sure thing.
So we're focusing on the part of the game because we cannot win the engagements as much unless we get like a good pick. They just have so much boom. So if we focus on just controlling the map, especially on this map, it doesn't matter.
And so they return. Capture the altars.
All right, guys, just don't get all killed. Oh, nice. Nova baited out Greymane's ult to go for the throat on a clone of hers. I'd love to go in there and stop that, but can't really do that. Gotta be real careful here.
Shut up and die.
I thought we would have been able to have him. Honestly, I thought we still had some help, but we didn't really have the help either. You need Popper in the air. Nope. So that's the kind of an example. 1v1, we lose pretty much against every one of their characters. So we really gotta be more cognizant on that. Let's go with overkill slows targets, or oh no. Let's go overkill's damage increases damage to the primary target 50%. So although I want the 5%, some help. Let's do the grenade, because I'm getting a lot of like popping grenades off and then like running kind of thing. let's do the grenade. So the grenades are going to do an additional 5% of the target's max health as damage. And this is mostly just chosen just based on the way that the match is currently going.
Heroes, I have opened a tunnel near our core that leads to the battleground center. Use it well.
So we're just kind of throwing down our laser. I didn't know if they were going to still kind of try to push on this, but we wanted to go ahead and do that just in case.
Whatever it takes.
We're all down here, so we can make something happen here. Asmo's going back. Ooh, triple tap. Gonna get a kill if there's nobody else there.
Send his servants to their grave.
Illidan. Nice play, Illidan. Is he gonna make it? Nice, nice.
The altars rise again.
Let's go ahead and pop her back. That grenade does a little it does a little ouchie now. Alright, got Asmo. It's coming down.
Sure thing.
Go ahead and take her out. Go ahead. Dare you, dude. Alright, I need to get out of here. I'm scared.
Hit up a healing shot.
Pull back, Chief.
Go! Do not let the altars fall into
That was a solid couple of kills. Man, these engagements are not necessarily the best kind for Tychus. These engagements are being real fast and real just real bursty. And Tychus is kind of a character you want him to get in. You want to savor the flavor of the battle, so to say. You can survive, Asmo.
Sure thing.
Yes, heroes. Activate the towers.
Trigger finger.
You like that?
That's why I make the big bucks.
Double kill.
Run back to my laser. Damn it. Ran by my laser. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get back our health here. We did a little something there. But that's what I'm saying, like this fight or this match in particular is just like boom, engagement over. So it's just we got to pick our targets, try to burst one of them down just as quickly as we get bursted. I like that Nova actually went explosive rounds here because it's really helping with the wave clear and keeping us on top of that. Okay, that's a dead Sylve.
Enemy slain.
Coming along this way. We're taking the dangerous way here. Okay. I don't wanna keep. There's a little too dangerous in there.
Be ready. The altars are rising from the mists.
I shoot those minions out so we can get this to this. Whoop. Go ahead and pop that. Really, I'm just using that grenade mostly just for that damn Valera. I gotta use my activatable here more often. Wasn't happy about having to pop the laser there, but it helped keep Valera off, so it did a job there. Oh, and it's grabbing Greymane a little bit. I gotta be careful though. Oh my god, that teleport range, insane. Nice. All right, what's going on here? All right, can Nova finish off that Valera maybe? Come on. Nice. Hide thyself. Yeah. She's gonna be okay. She can't target you with anything. Okay. Okay, now we're gonna take focusing diodes, and this is going to increase the range of our Draken laser drill by 50%, and deals increasing damage the longer it remains on a target, up to 100% more damage. She won't be able to take that with as long as Nova's there. Uh-oh. Mistakes were made. I stand corrected in what I said.
Have our vengeance. Waiting on
Oppose the Raven Lord.
Waiting on you. ahead and pop our stuff to take 75% less damage. I'm okay with that.
Like the power of the sun, only smaller.
And now we can redirect the laser to go onto heroes that are around, like that Ming, deal some damage to her, and at least kept them pushed off from this point for a little bit.
A little dicey out here.
I'd love to go and help, but I have so little health, and the last thing I want to do is go in and take one hit and then give Ming all the resets. Ooh, man, if he could have gotten her with that, that would have been pretty dope. I can't have nothing to reveal her. I hit her with a grenade, but she was unrevealable at the time, so didn't do anything for us there.
Walk the walk.
All right. Well, it looks like they're probably gonna go boss. I mean, they could. So we just gotta wait here.
The altars rise again, heroes.
Take out these damn
Daddy,
minions here.
you're rushing me.
You rushing me? Are you rushing me? There was the boss. We knew it was coming. Take out some of these guys here. Oh, these regens.
Whatever it takes.
Lay claim to
Valera's coming up, so we gotta watch out.
not disappoint me.
There's nothing we could do there. Valera or Nova just kind of suicided.
Whatever it takes.
It's unfortunate. It's kind of all that I can do, but that is going to do increasing damage on that Ming. It's doing a lot of damage, but we have everybody else dying too, so the Ming got back her health from that. Oh, man. I mean, really, technically we should have left and never put ourselves in in danger there because of the Nova. And just with the amount of burst damage that they got with the Valera, Greymane, and Ming, I mean, any of our heroes except for Asmo is literally dead in a second. In less than a second, really. So now it becomes a this is a time for the epic comeback. You ready for it? This is going to be the comeback of the series. Probably not. But
Do not let them take our towers.
and with Sylve, they're going to get that before we even spawn. It's actually over.
About damn time.
Our only hope is to take one before we get hit twice, but that's not going to happen. We can't get there in time.
One of our towers has been snatched away.
Maybe.
Unacceptable!
No.
Claim a tower!
That's it. Well, I mean, that was that game. Hopefully you got to see some of what Tychus can do. He really excels when going against warriors, so you can get more out of his trait and do that percentage-based damage. But with all low target heroes, that doesn't really help that much. So there isn't really as much of a use for it in that case. So anyways, the build that we went to today is kind of a hodgepodge build. But at level 1, we took Press the Advantage, so Run and Gun increased Tychus' base attack range by 1.5 for 3 seconds. That was so that when we used our E ability, we could go ahead and get a little bit more of a range, and hopefully, I was hoping to use that more as a entering combat, and then you're starting to shoot on somebody and they can't really get away, but that didn't really work out too much for our target. Now this one, we took the bigger they are, lower the cooldown of minigun by 2 seconds, and increase the damage bonus to 4% while enemy heroes are above 35% health. So that when I was used the minigun skill, it was to do more damage to targets that were higher health. But minigun no longer has that percent damage effect on targets below 35%. So that's kind of the trade-off there, and that's super strong against you know, tanks in general, but with their whole team being squishies, kind of the anti-Tychus match in somewhat of regard there. We took Relentless Soldier at level 7, so being stunned or rooted, grant 25 armor for 3 seconds, reducing damage taken by 25%. I mean, honestly, retrospectively, that really wasn't the greatest talent that I could have taken. I expected Valera to stun us, to use cheap shot, and then we would have been granted armor there. I was expecting more cheap shot and then having her team kill us, but she went more of an ambush build and just went straight for the kill by herself. And with our not such as high health, it was useful. We took the Draken Laser Drill. I feel like that did a pretty good job in that match as far as helping us zone a little bit. We did do some considerable damage like that. Ming on that last encounter, had our allies not died, it was doing 322 damage a second. So it was doing some serious damage to her, and it could have it would have taken her out pretty quickly at that rate. But we just didn't have the with our team dying and with her taking dominance, she gained back 30% of her health, and like 4 people died there, so that's 120% more health. So that made it really kind of difficult for us to get anything else done there. At level 13, we took Neo Steel Coating, and this was so that we could have that 75 spell armor against Ming. There was, I think, 1 or 2 times that we really used it, and it saved us when the Orphea was hitting us, and the Sylvanas and the Ming was using her stuff. So that was a lot of damage mitigated, and depending on what the situations were, it would have been really good for us there. At level 16, we took Titan Grenade because a lot of our play style in that match was more about just throwing a grenade, doing that damage, that 5% extra damage in health, and then just kind of staying back. There really wasn't much else that we could do because we couldn't get in there to do that extra damage. So it was kind of our best way to poke. And then at level 20, we took the Focusing Diodes, and basically all this did is just increase the range of the Draken Laser Drill and increase the damage that it did if it was on the same target for an extended period of time. Now, as far as other talents that we could have taken, I almost took this in this match, but I almost took Dash. And what this does is this increases Tychus's movement speed by 1% for each regeneration globe gathered. This actually probably would have been a better one, but I was hoping that Press the Advantage would allow us to use our basic attack more often. But the fights were so mobile and so quick that it really wouldn't have helped us there. So Dash would have probably been better because it would have given us more of a run and gun distance once we got 25 regeneration globes. Plus we gained that movement speed bonus, so we would have been able to get out of harm's way a lot quicker, and that would have been really good. So retrospectively, yeah, I should have taken Dash, and I'm not afraid to admit any mistakes that I really made. That we see here. I just play the game as I see it in the moment in most of the cases, especially on heroes like Tychus, where I don't, to be honest, I don't play him very much. But I'm totally willing to admit my fault, and that was definitely a bad talent take. So Master Assassin probably would have been the better one here. It's really kind of hard to say because with them, I mean, there really wasn't a great talent for us in this tier, in this level 4 tier, versus that team that we went against. So I mean, we could have done In the Rhythm, so basic attacks against heroes permanently increase the future minigun durations. That's not really all that helpful because minigun is our trait that does percent-based damage, so it really wasn't the best in that regard. Bigger they are, that was probably the best one because we got a damage bonus while hitting heroes. So there was that, and then Master Assassin would have been decent, but once again, we weren't allowed to really post up and do a lot of attack damage in general, but it would have helped out, against minions and stuff over time. But I didn't even see what the kills were. I don't know if we got 15 or not. We got a few though. Level 7. So had I known that Valera wasn't going to focus on stunning me, I'd have taken Quarterback. And what this would do is this would increase the range of our frag grenade by 50%, which would have allowed us to poke and do more damage from afar. Concussion grenade is really good for getting people off of you and for just displacing people, as it increases the radius of the explosion by 25% and it increases the knockback distance by 100%. So if you know the way that I like to play HotS a lot of times, I usually like to go for talents that displace targets more, but I really wanted the safety and the armor increase, but she ended up not really going way. Now at level 10, we could have taken Commander Odin, Commandeer, sorry. And what this does is this increases our basic attack damage, our basic attack range. We have completely different abilities. Odin has armor and it lasts for 23 seconds. Now that would have been, it's usually a really good good option, and that's why I was saying earlier that it's one of the toughest talents or toughest ultimates in my opinion to use at the right time, because you have to use Odin as the fight is about to happen, because you don't want to be, you know, because basically a big mech comes down from the sky and then you hop in it and you get all suited up and it's all Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, there's parts assembling and stuff, but it takes so long for that to actually happen that by the time that happens, sometimes I see a lot of Tychus players, they miss the fight completely, or they miss their window to really use it, and then they're just kind of walking around in this, you know, this badass power armor, or they're walking around dead because it took so long for them to get in that their team just ran away and they got all killed. So you know, we took Neo Steel Coating. There was no reason for us to really take the other ones in that case. Spray and Pray is really good though, because it increases the range of your overkill, so you can stay and kind of keep moving with targets. But with that one, there was no ifs, ands, or buts. Neo Steel Coating was the way to go. Now if you're going against stuff that has, if you're going against a comp that has tanks or targets with high health, that's the stuff is huge for Tychus. It's a huge amount of healing amount. So basically what you do if you're using your minigun trait, after that's done, you gain health for 100% of the bonus damage that you dealt with minigun. So if you're in if you're fighting like a I don't know, in best case scenario, something like a choke haul or even like a stitches or something, that ends up being a huge amount of healing, especially when you pair that with especially when you pair that with the bigger they are, because you're looking at 4% damage bonus to these people, and then you're going to heal for 100% of that. So that's a really, really good talent, specifically when you're going against high target or high health heroes, but it does help otherwise too. It does help with healing in general, just more so against tanks. 16, you can take Overkill, which slows enemy movement speed. So as you're staying with them, you're slowing them down, and other targets can help do damage to them. That we almost took that one. I'm glad we took Titan Grenade, but armor piercing rounds is also really good, as this is going to do more damage on your primary target with your Q ability. Now at level 20, we could have gone a couple of different ways. Now if we do sizzling attacks, basic attacks deal bonus damage to heroes equal to 1% of their maximum health. Once again, useful against like high health targets, because that's going to be a huge amount of damage, plus it stacks with minigun. So that means if you've gone like a build to bust tanks, basically, because Tychus is a tank buster, you can take this and you're doing a total of 5% extra damage bonus while you're using minigun. Insane. That's so much damage. And then you can take Bob and Weave, and this just kind of gives you a little bit more mobility. I still think that we took the right one based on the build that we did this time with focusing diodes. But if you did go with Odin, you can take Big Red Button, and what this does is allows Odin to last longer. And then your skill, the Ragnarok missiles, which is one of the skills that you have while commandeering Odin, you also launches a nuke, and that deals some damage in the area as well. So it's pretty solid upgrade there. But let's see who is next. We've got Tyrael. I like Tyrael. I don't play him that much, but I like Tyrael. So with that being said, guys, that was Tychus. I hope you guys had a great time, and we'll see you guys all next time. Have a great rest of your day. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did like it, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more gaming content. It really helps me out. It doesn't cost me anything. Thank you again. Have a great day.